we will address again this question that has been coming up repeatedly from different persons and in different ways. But the crux of the question being, if the law of attraction is true, that I am creating my own reality, then why are these things happening to me, and what is the answer? How can I shift it? And here, as we have been, this vessel has been voicing a concern and a complaint to us on behalf of these ones, because sometimes the law of attraction can seem cold and dispassionate, and yet she believes in the truth of it. So here is part of the answer. You and others may say to one, you are creating your own reality. And thus it is. However, if one, let's say, is in a lower state of consciousness, let's say sadness or depression, to tell them that they are creating their own reality, they will hear it based upon the level of consciousness where they are, which would be sadness. And so the hearing of it, you're creating your own reality, will only cause them to feel sad. Sad. Oh, yes, I'm sad because I have created this sadness in my life. It perpetuates more of the same. And if you say to one that is, let's say, at the level of shame, you are creating your own reality. As true as that statement may be, the one who is in the level of consciousness of shame will feel shamed by the statement. You see. And so it is, if you truly embrace the law of attraction and its truth, and you truly wish to help people raise the level of their consciousness and create a different reality for themselves, if you truly wish to show them how to be the master of their own manifestation, you must meet them at their level of consciousness, whatever that might be, and take them up to the next place.
Yes, I know that, and I try and do that. What about one of the things that I explain that to people, which my understanding of it is that if you consciously want $1 million, but you've got an unconscious program that you are worthless, therefore your unconscious mind, which has 95% of your power, will win out on that. And you will not get the $1 million because there's 95% of power thinking that you're not worth having $1 million.
That is correct. And people must be, you are teaching and we are teaching through you and the vessel this important key, that the answer is never found outside, always inside. Mm-hmm. And so if someone is asking for an incantation or a method or a guru or a practice or a meditation or so on to fix, or let's say to shift the manifestation towards whatever is desired, wealth, health, success, and so on, they have missed the whole entire point. The answer lies within. As the Buddha said, be your own light. And so, for instance, there is a gentleman who sent today a question about, can you tell me, is there a Hindu practice that will shift the manifestation of my business to be successful? Well, we will share here the answer. If you believe it will, it will.
Mm-hmm.
And if you believe there is such a practice, and you find such a practice, then it will work. But the power is in your belief in it. The power is in your internal space between your ears. And there again, dear one, we say to you, the issue is that in between your ears, you feel still that there is some external secret or tool or magic that is being withheld from you in some way by the gods or the powers that be. And we say it is not true. It is you. It is you that has the power. It is you. You are success. You are. You are. You are. You are. And so there will never be the answer you want to hear for this sort of a question, because it is the question that is malformed, my dear. It is you that is, you are the essence of wealth. You are the essence of abundance. You are the essence of all good things. And as you know that truth, as you manifest that truth in your being, wealth will be raining upon you like drops of rain from the sky. But as this gentleman has said, as long as you maintain somewhere very unconsciously, unintentionally, but still there nevertheless, subconsciously, that you are not worthy of success, that you are not enough, then you will not have it. It's very much like a cancer, my dear. You see, you might have absolute no awareness of having cancer. But if there is malignant cancer within your body, and the fact of that does not come into your awareness, and thereby you are unable or not awakened to the need for a change, then what will most certainly happen? You will be overtaken by the cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the way of these subconscious beliefs, such as, I'm not enough, I don't deserve good things,
I don't love myself,
I'm not lovable, I don't love myself, no one else will ever love me, and so on, and so on. And so as long as you have, dear, these subconscious beliefs, you could have $1 million in your hand, placed in your hand as a gift today, placed in your hand, and you would likely lose it before the end of the year was out, because the subconscious belief remains that you are not worthy.
Yes, I explain that to people a lot.
Yes, and we are answering the gentleman's question here in this time. And so you see, when the subconscious belief is there, until it has been uprooted, the fruit of it will remain, the unwanted fruit. And you may say, well, I don't know what happened to me, or what was done to me, or why I might believe this belief, or I don't know for certain that this belief is inside of me. Well, it's very simple. You do know it's there. You know it's there because of the fruit of it in your life. If you have been married and divorced 7 times, and every one of those times your spouse cheated on you, well, there is the fruit. The fruit is evident. It is indisputable that there is a root of a subconscious belief that you are not worthy of love. You may not know where the seed, the original seed, came from, where the original wound happened, whether it was in this life or a life prior. It does not matter. The fact remains, you received that seed into your soul at some point, and it grew and grew and grew until it produced the fruit of these 7 failed marriages. It's very simple. You know that there is a bad root because there is bad fruit. There's no need to examine it or retell the story or even cry over the story. The fruit tells you that there is a root, and so you know the subconscious belief is there and it must be uprooted.
Yes, I think, or I've believed, that the Pleiadians gave me a treatment to help change unconscious beliefs, but it requires me or whoever to do it with the person. Is there not some shortcut or some way that we can learn to get into our unconscious minds, where we can go into our unconscious minds consciously and weed out the unconscious beliefs we don't service anymore?
Yes, we will do some of that right now. So for this one whose business is continually a source of frustration and failure and not successful, we will start with that one. The subconscious belief is, I don't deserve good things, and I am not enough. And there is also a subconscious belief that there will never be enough. Conscious belief that I am not enough and there is not enough. And whatever other subconscious lies come to your mind, such as, I will always fail, I'm not good at relationships, I'm not worthy of good things, I'm not lovable. Whatever it is, you let it arise. You know the truth is in you. And you ask your team of angels to tag it and treat it and eradicate it completely from your past, parallel, present, and future realities in all realms of time and space, to completely uproot these subconscious beliefs. To do a radical change history, to transform all the energy around these subconscious beliefs into love, into light, into hope, into truth. And that is all that needs to be done.
Now, will that work 100% of the time, or will it be up to the angels to say, this is a karmic debt that needs to be paid, or this is something that is trying to be taught to this person, or there is a reason why this person has that unconscious belief, therefore we will not interfere with that? Or does that happen, or is it automatically, or is it 100% of the time it will work?
Well, if the fruit persists, the root is persisting.
Yes.
So if the fruit continues on after that, you continue on in the same manner, consciously confronting the subconscious lie. You know it is still there if the fruit is still there, and you keep trusting that angels are at work to uproot and transmute and transform. And you trust that they are giving you the freedom you have asked for incrementally and in the manner in which your freedom is sustainable.
Now, would you, after a certain time, do that, say all that again to your angels, or would you just do it once and say, okay, I trust 100%. I don't need to say it again.
Well, that is your choice. As for this vessel, she would persist until the fruit was completely gone.
Okay.
The bad fruit we are speaking of, the thing that is not wanted. So, going back to the gentleman who wrote about the business, still distressed over the business that is not succeeding. Persisting and persisting and asking angels to tag and treat every subconscious belief that is hindering the success of his business.
Yes.
Angels and spirit guides, all angelic help available to me, I ask you to tag and treat every single subconscious belief, whether I'm aware of it or not. Every subconscious belief that is hindering the success of my business, I ask you to completely transform it. I ask you to transform it in my past, present, parallel, and future realities, in every realm of time and space. I ask you that you continue exposing and transforming these subconscious beliefs until I am able to receive all the abundance of heaven. All the abundance of heaven in my now reality. All the abundance of heaven in my now reality. All the abundance of heaven in my now reality. And I would persist in that until I felt the energy shift and the fruit, the circumstances, the evidence of abundance manifested consistently in my life. I would persist until I was not even needing to think about money. So this vessel is a very good example. She spent decades praying for relief from poverty thinking, poverty mentality, and lack. And she pled and she cried and she wailed and she persisted in her demand that heaven hear and respond. Until now, she never needs pray for money, ever, because she has more than enough and she will never have to consider money again.
So, what I tell people sometimes is that when they have the first unconscious belief in that, say it's that I'm unworthy, then I say that they can start to create supportive beliefs that since I have a belief I'm not worthy, then I have a belief that I'm not worthy of having money. Then I have a belief that I'm not worthy of being in a good relationship. Is that fairly correct? Is that an okay way of explaining that?
Yes, and we would just say it's not necessary to know the exact belief. First of all, understand this. There are some very common subconscious beliefs that they are nearly universal, and so you can generally fairly accurately operate on the assumption that most, nearly all people have some of the basic same subconscious beliefs, such as I am not worthy, there's not enough, I'm not enough, and some of these are very, very common, so common. Now, if you're not sure, you simply can know by the evidence of what is going on in the current circumstance of the person. And you really don't even need to know. You can simply say this: angels, or whoever you feel a kinship with, Jesus, Buddha, Lord Krishna, Judah, Archangel Michael, whomever you have a connection with. You say, here I am again. I'm facing divorce number 3. Whatever the subconscious lies are that are causing me to experience this painful pattern again, I ask you to tag and treat them. I ask you to do a radical transformation of the original wounding and all subconscious lies attached to that wound, past, present, parallel, future realities, all realms of time and space. So you don't even have to know the exact belief. But it must be dealt with, as you know, sir, on an energetic level. And affirmations will not unseat a deeply held belief such as this.
Yes, I know.
Especially if it is a pattern that has been repeated for many, many lifetimes. And you can dig around with a psychologist or a spiritual coach or hypnosis or whatever to find the original wounding, and you may in truth find it. And with the help of angels, sometimes you can find it very quickly. But you don't necessarily need to do that, because what if these things have gone on for many lifetimes? Well, you can spend your entire lifetime trying to get to the bottom of these things, and really there is no bottom to them. So just let us come and clear them out. We do instantaneous work. So we share, even this sharing, even in this channeling, we are sharing this talk and information only to give you, to open a window of hope in your heart. That is all. But the work of it can be done in an instant.
Okay, so is the reason that works is because the person believes it will work, or is there actually outside help?
Well, we don't have to always have the agreement of the vessel. It can be beneficial because there is less resistance, but we can most certainly move it. It is like a boulder in the heart, and we can most certainly move it with outside help.
Okay.
It helps if we have the agreement of the vessel, because they can step aside and remove their resistance momentarily so that we can roll the boulder out of the way.
Okay.
So how about if we have a transmission here around, we're going to say, we want to give a transmission that will enable the listener to release and let go of their resistance to relinquishing their deeply held subconscious beliefs. Let us start there. Ute rana tutaka ati ucheta tutaka a tukate uteka a te tushta. Now that resistance to letting go of your subconscious beliefs has been removed. Now we are going to give a second transmission, and in this transmission will serve to allow the primary, most troublesome subconscious belief to surface and come into your conscious awareness in order to be cleared. Ataka a I a ena e aneka u ataka a akata e ta a ta ata ataka a ta ti auto to ta taka e ataka a achitaka e taka tata atian taka ataka e ya a na e taka a amachi chichiko ran netika usura rush na de ranikere to taka de taka de to now, dear one, as you have that one that you're holding in mind, that subconscious belief, whatever it might be, let's go ahead and clear it now.
Please.
And so you simply ask, dear Pleiadian sisters, would you please tag and treat this subconscious belief of? And would you remove all roots, all tendrils, all outgrowth of this subconscious belief from the moment of the original wounding and in every realm of past, present, parallel, future realities, every realm of time and space? Clear it, clear it, clear it completely from my Akashic record, from its imprint on my psyche, my mind, body, emotions, and my higher self. Yes, yes, and here we go. Achi u, a eche u rai, re ne u sake I nai, ichika u ran sake de un nakishte ete. Rite undeke u yena e tu sakat u shitaka ra tarude kotandu shtekapade andate. Boys night in any ko yena e shitka u yada e utaka atapa etike u yena u vash ve veriko ratarabakatai tutista esta esatata hi ichike a rota u ha e hora he tika a sikozo shitaka indai tika etika a so suka a shika etika a atike etike eti o uche neke utaka etika sakete shitaka ataka a nitakote chicho o ukatse etike bu yana na yuti tsu vishva vula taka intikete te chone baiti anatike tu yate ya ichikai itsuku ndai Yeah, and this is Angie. As we kind of come back down out of that session, I would just recommend, if you're listening and participating with that you rest, if at all possible, for the remainder of the day, as much as is possible, and drink lots of water, get a good night's sleep, some lots of big exhales. And I'll just also share that I saw at the end there, I saw someone opening their front door and putting out a sign that says no solicitors. And so I think what that means is that they are saying to be careful now, once we've done this work, to not allow anyone to talk us in to taking those beliefs back on again. What do you think that might mean for you?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, no solicitors allowed. All right, thank you, Pleiadian sisters. Thank you very much.